Today we'll talk about module number 3, creating the connections. Let me begin into Informatica Cloud. Okay, so to create the connections, we need to go to administrator service. So I'm just going there, and then we'll start talking about the connections and all. Yeah. So in the administrator, we have connection tab. Okay. So here there are some connections which I have already created, which are listed, right? And then to create a new connection, on the right hand side we have this button, new connection. I'll click on this. Okay, and then we can name the connection, we can have some description over here, and then we can select the type. Okay, so first of all we'll create a flat file connection. So in the type, the first type is the flat file, so I'll select that. Okay, I can name the connection as FF connection or flat file connection. Okay, and then I can have some optional description about what this connection is and all, right? Whenever we have some individual connection, one flat file, one Oracle, right? That time connection won't matter much. The description won't matter much. But then, whenever we have like multiple databases or multiple flat file servers and all, that time, description would be able to distinguish between these similar type of connections, right? So accordingly, we can have some description, right? And then as I mentioned yesterday, that every connection, every type of connection needs to have the runtime environment, right? So I'll select. So this runtime environment is something which I have configured, right? So I'll select that, and then we need to select the directory, right? The path where the flat file connection will be pointed to, right? So most of the time if I click on the browse, right, I would get an error message, right? So you also might see it because our computer firewall, might block, right? So that is why, it says that runtime environment cannot get the requested file system information. So that's okay, nothing to worry about. What I'll do is I'll go to my, Windows Explorer, right? I'll copy the path. Right? So say for example, I do have a folder created under my E drive, FF location, right? So I can copy this path, paste it in the directory, right? Then we need to decide the file format, right? So usually we'll go with the MMDDYY standard US format, and then the page code we will have several ones. Most of the time we'll use the UTF-8. Okay, so this is how I have given all the details in my flat file connection. Then I'll test the connection. Okay, it says test for this connection was successful, right? And then I can go ahead and save this connection. So it says connection was saved successfully, and then it will get added to the list. So if I go back to the connections again, right? So flat file con, right? This is something which I created just now. Okay. Okay. So similarly, let me show you how to create Oracle connection. I can show you the one which I have already created, right? Which is here. So once the connection is created, we will have some options to edit the connection, to copy the connection, right? Show the dependencies, as in like how many objects are using this connection, right? We can delete it or we can change the permission. So these are some options. If I click on edit, I'll be able to see the properties, right, which we have provided while creating the connection. So it is Oracle connection. I have selected type as Oracle, right? I have selected the runtime environment, and then once you configure your Oracle, right, Then you would have a password, username and password, right? And then once you install that Oracle 18c, 19c, right? Whatever version you download, right? After installing, you need Oracle SQL Developer, right? Which would be sitting on top of your database, and then here we will create the connections to our local database, right? So, I have created this connection. Let me just show you the properties over here. If I go to the properties, so if you see, the username password is system and admin. It would be localhost as it is a local database. Port is 1521, and then there is a service name, right? So whenever you are configuring your Oracle, right, don't forget to capture the password which you set and then the service name which is mentioned. So x xepd xepdb1, right? So this is the defaulted service name which I saw over there. But then many a times, practitioners would miss, right, capturing the service name or password, and then there is no way to retrieve, right, retrieve it back. And in that case, you might have to reinstall the database. So just to avoid it, whenever you install, right, just capture these details which either you set or they get set by default, right? So, and then using that, you can create a connection in your Oracle SQL developer first, and then using the same credentials, you can create Oracle connection in Informatica Cloud account. Okay, so same things I have given here. Apart from the runtime environment, the username, password, then host, right, port, service name, right, and the page code again, UTF-8. These details I have given, right. There is another point over here is schema, right, and schema is a non-mandatory field, and then usually we don't provide the schema. Why? Because if you create, so in your database, right, you might have several schemas, right? So in default schema, you will have like Scott, Tiger, HR, right, system, and all those different schemas, and whatever your schema create, right, on your own, right? If you provide a schema name over here, then this connection would be restricted to that specific schema in the database, right? So if I provide HR over here, HR schema, then what will happen? I will not be able to access other database objects within the database using the connection, because my connection would be restricted for only HR schema. Okay, so that is why we don't provide schema name over here. But in some organizations, right, schema name specific connections are mandatory. So that is why we don't provide schemas. But in some organizations, there would be a mandate to create different schemas for each, different connections for each schemas, right? So they would have some strict policy that if you want to access a particular schema, create a separate connection for it, right? If that's the case, right, so we will go ahead and create these connections. So this is how you can create Oracle connection, right? Don't provide schema as of now, but in real time, whenever there is a requirement from client, right, then you can have the schema specific connections. And then there would be several other pointers like, encryption method, protocol version, and all. So we'll not touch these options. In some cases, the database would be having more secured features about the encryption and all, right? If those are applicable, right, that time we will, use them. Otherwise, we don't have to kind of touch it, right? We will keep these properties as is, will not do anything over here. And then again, whenever we have these properties provided, I'll click on test connection. So it says test for this connection was successful, and then you can go ahead and save the connection, right? So this is how we discussed about how to create a flat file connection, how to create Oracle connection, right? So this is how we have created these two connections, flat file and Oracle, which we are going to use on a daily basis, right, for the hands-on.